This is William Pond Park on December 14th. Some of you might remember it as the day that Fox became Disney. Some of you might remember it as the day before Star Wars came out. But history will likely remember it as the day the internet died. In case you are an idiot or living under a rock, or if this somehow survives to the future, today was the day that the FCC voted on net neutrality repeal. Not just a simple rolling back of strong Title II to weaker net neutrality rules, but a complete repeal of even rules set in place by the previous Republican president that would prevent stuff like fast lanes and throttling. Yes, W. Bush actually had a policy saying you can't throttle Netflix and you can't give priority to networks or to sites and networks not part of your ISP. So yeah, I'm doing a lot of Republican work on the subject. And if you're watching this around when it came out, and you weren't one of the people who, at the very least, signed a petition, who went to Battle for the Net, etc., did any sort of minor action, then screw you. You're the reason why this is a problem, because your willful ignorance. And if you're one of the people who did, thank you for joining me in support of fair and open internet, and we'll keep fighting on and on. I've already given money to groups like EFF and Wikimedia, who are big defenders of open internet. You could also support Mozilla, the creators of Firefox, who are already underway working on lawsuits. Then you can probably also support your local attorney generals, 18 of which had filed fraud complaints because the FCC was accepting write-ins from dead people. That's right. Groups like Comcast and and Verizon were not only stealing their users' names to write fake reports in favor of the repeal, they're using dead people to write in. So if you're wondering why your grandmother who died in the 90s was so against something you rely on in 2010, now you know. So keep supporting groups like EFF, Mozilla, and a whole bunch of others. Vote for your Democratic candidates, because as it was shown by a report by Boing Boing, over $100 million was spent bribing the Republicans to back repeal. And if you think this is being a bit too harsh, remember this fact. In the 1980s, Reagan repealed laws that would have protected against further market collapses that were put in place in the 1920s. Ever since then, we've had a recession every presidency up until Obama, when he created a bureau that would have protected exactly such. A bureau which is currently being dismantled by your beloved Republican president. So, alarmism, maybe a little. Realism, maybe a lot. So, thank you for watching. if you're going to support someone, don't support me. Support the EFF and other fine organizations. And if you're not going to support either, then fuck off and die.